everybody. Good afternoon. So this is a beginner's yoga class. So for the next 30 minutes, we're going to try to get through some fundamental poses. It'll be a little bit slower than most of the other ones I've taught. My name is Alex, if we haven't met yet. So if you have props, you can bring them to the top of your mat. Get your water bottles. We're going to start off in Shavasana. So whenever you're ready, we'll start there. You can get comfortable on your mat. I'll give everyone a couple more minutes to join. Otherwise, you can all go to the mat when you're ready. So again, this is a 30-minute beginner's yoga class. Whatever props you need, grab and put next to your mat. And we can start now. So come onto your mats. Take up as much space as you want. Legs out wide, arms out wide. You can take your palms up to the ceiling if you'd like to receive some energy for today. If you prefer to ground, you can take the palms down to the floor. You can also place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Whatever is comfortable for you here. Letting go of everything that's already happened this morning and everything you have going on this afternoon and this evening. Let your thoughts come and let them go. Try not to focus on them. Let your body sink into the mat. When you're ready, bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. You can roll out your wrists and your ankles. You can take your head side to side as long as there's no neck pain. And from here, we're going to take our knees into our chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. You can lift your shoulders off the mat. If your shoulders are up, bring them back down. You can sway side to side, massaging out your lower back here. Give yourself some time for a few rocks. And then from here, we're going to rock up and down. You can take your hands to the back of your thighs. And when you're ready, you'll cross your ankles, plant your hands down onto your mat. We're going to come into tabletop position. So I'm going to move around on my mat just so I can give you a better angle of what we're doing, but you stay where you are, facing the top of your mat. So from here, the eyes of our elbows are facing out towards the front of our mat. Our fingers are spread apart. We're placing our palms and our fingertips on the mat and pressing in, rounding our upper back here. Your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. From here, we're going to take a few cat and cows. So we're going to inhale, drop our bellies, gaze comes up, chest comes forward, and on the exhale, round your back, looking at the belly button. We're going to do this a few more times. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. This is cow pose. And on the exhale, round your spine, gaze comes towards the belly button for cat. One last time, inhale, belly down, gaze up, chest comes through. And exhale, rounding the spine, gazing at the belly button. From here, we're going to look forward. Spine is neutral. We're going to tuck our toes under if we haven't already. And we're going to press up on our toes, bringing our hips up and back. This is downward facing dog. So from here, it's not important to get your heels all the way down to the mat or to straighten your legs all the way. What is important is to get your hips up and have a neutral spine. So there is a straight line from your wrists all the way to your hips. So if you need to bend your knees here to get your torso closer to your thighs and bring your hips up, then you bend your knees. From here, if this is your first downward facing dog of the day, you may want to pedal out your feet, going up on the tippy toes of your right foot, bringing your left heel down, and then switching, and switch, and switch. From here, we're going to go through a modified flow. So we're going to bring our knees down. We're going to come forward. Your shoulders can be a little bit past your wrists. And we're going to bend at the elbows, keeping our arms as close to our sides as possible. Bringing yourself all the way down slowly and with control. From here, untuck your toes. Forehead comes onto the mat. We're going to take this into baby cobra. So from here, you're lifting your chest and your gaze forward. You want to try not to push up on your hands. So if you were to lift your hands up, your upper body is not coming down. And back down. Come to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. From here, we're going to take another flow. Drop the knees down onto the mat. Coming forward, bending at the elbows, coming all the way down slowly. Arms are grazing the sides of your body. Untuck your toes. We're going to take this to 3 baby cobras. So inhale. Shoulders and chest come off the mat, gazes forward, little weight in the hands, and exhale, forehead down to the mat. Inhale, bring yourself up, chest comes forward, shoulder blades come together on the back of your back, and down, exhale. This time we'll inhale. If you want to see if you're putting too much pressure into your hands, you can lift them off the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And exhale, come all the way down. Coming to tabletop, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take one deep breath in and exhale. From here, we'll walk our feet to our hands at the top of the mat. And we're going to just let ourselves hang in a forward fold. You can let everything go. You can grab opposite elbows here and hang. You can also grab opposite elbows behind your legs. So in this forward fold, you want to try to bend from the hips and not from the spine. So again, if you need to bend your knees to get your chest onto your thighs, then you do that. And let yourself hang. Try not to control your neck. Let it all go. And from here, if you have your elbows, let them go. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. You can take your elbows back and hands at your sides. So here we're in mountain pose. So what you want to make sure is that your shoulders are down. So your shoulder blades are coming down onto your back. Your shoulders are not up at your ears. You want to make sure you're not tense. Palms are facing forward. Your knees are not locked, but your legs are strong. And your spine is straight. We're going to take this through a sun salutation A. So inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold all the way down to your mat. Inhale, hands come to your shins, flat back. Spine is straight here. Gaze is forward. And exhale, fold forward, hands come onto your mat. From here, step back, left foot, right foot, and we're going to drop our knees again. Come forward, eyes of the elbows forward, and slowly bring yourself all the way down, bending at the elbows. Untuck your toes. Inhale, one baby cobra. Inhale your gaze and your chest. And exhale, forehead down. Bring yourself to tabletop. Tuck your toes under, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal this out if you need. Again, knees don't need to be straight. Your heels do not need to be on the ground. Your hips are up, your spine is straight. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Again, we're going to walk our feet up to our hands. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, hands down to the mat, fold forward. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hands through heart center, down to your sides. We're in mountain pose or Tadasana. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. From here, we're going to take this into chair pose. So you're going to be sitting back into an imaginary chair. Ideally, your thighs are parallel to the floor. Your spine is straight. Inhale, arms up. Arms are strong, biceps are by the ears. If you notice you're arching your back here, tuck your tailbone under to straighten out the lower back. And look down at your toes. Can you see them? If you can't, you want to bring your knees back. Holding this here for 3, for 2, and 1, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, hands down to the mat, fold forward. Stepping your left foot back, your right foot back, we're in plank. Dropping the knees, coming down, chaturanga, raising the arms by the torso. Untuck your toes, forehead on the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, chest and gaze up. Exhale, forehead down. Come into tabletop position. Tuck your toes under. And downward facing dog, hips up and back. From here, we're going to take our left foot forward in between our hands. The back foot, the heel is going to drop at a 45-degree angle, so you may need to bring your back foot in. We're going to inhale, bring ourselves up. Arms are by the elbows again. This is warrior one pose. So here, what you want to make sure is that your left knee is not coming over your left ankle. They are above one another. Your back leg is strong. You're not locking your back knee, but you are trying to get this back leg strong and straight. Your elbows are up by your biceps are by your ears, straight and strong. If you notice that you're flailing your ribs forward, bring that back. Holding for 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to take our hands down to the mat. Bring your left foot back and drop the knees, going through your flow. So bending at the elbows, coming down. Untuck the toes. Forehead down. Inhale, baby cobra. If you want to try lifting your arms up again, you can do that. Exhale, hands and forehead down. Back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now we have the opposite side to do. We're going to take our right foot, step it forward in between our hands. That back heel is going to come down at an angle, so if you need to bring your left foot in, you do that. You also want to make sure for balance that your heels are not in one straight line. You want to make sure that there's some space between them, or else it's going to be hard to balance here. Bring yourself up, arms go up. So again, your front knee is tracking over your right ankle, not going past. Your back leg is strong, your knee is not locked, but you are bringing your leg as straight as you can without locking that knee. Arms are up, biceps are by the ears, ribs are in, engaging the core. We're going to hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands come down, right leg comes back. This is plank. We're going to drop our knees down. Bending at the elbows, bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, forehead down. 1 baby cobra, with or without your hands, whatever feels good for you here. And exhale, hands down, forehead down. Tabletop, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. From here, we're going to walk our feet forward to our hands. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat. We're going to inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, bringing this down into our chair pose again. Sitting down, and back into your imaginary chair, bringing your knees back so that you can see your toes. Tailbone under to make sure there's no arch in your lower back. And as always, our arms are strong. Biceps are by the ears. If you can gaze up for 3, for 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. Hands come down to the sides. If you need, you can roll your shoulders back, roll them forward. We're in Mountain Pose Tadasana. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, let that go. We're gonna try a balancing pose from here. So hands are gonna come onto our waist. We're gonna start by taking our toes apart and then bringing them all the way down to the mat. So your right foot is grounded and rooted into the mat. We're gonna take this into tree pose. So we're gonna lift our left knee up and then externally rotate our left hip. And from here, whatever your balance is today, you're either bringing your big toe down onto the mat, the sole of your foot into your shin, or you can help yourself and bring the sole of your foot into your upper thigh. So wherever you are, don't worry. You can keep your hands on your waist, or if you've gotten your balance here, you can take your hands to heart center in prayer. You can grow the branches of your tree, bringing them up. You can bend at the elbows and bring your hands into cactus. Wherever you are here, just breathe. Balancing poses are hard. Some days you have the balance, other days you don't. It's okay. If you fall out, you come right back in, and we're holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Left knee forward, and down. Let that all go. Shake it out. Forget it happened. Arms come onto our waist, and we're going to go into the other side now. So rooting your toes and your entire foot, left foot, into the mat. We're going to bring our right knee up, externally rotate, and then wherever you are, you sight the sole of your foot anywhere on your leg except your knee. You do not want to be pushing your knee to the left side here. That's not how our knee moves. So once you've gotten your balance, hands come to heart center. You can also take your hands behind you. Everything will come with practice. So wherever your hands feel comfortable today, that's where they go. So we have to remember that yoga doesn't teach us how to not fall. It just teaches us how to get back up once we do fall. So if you fall out of this pose, which you will numerous times, you fall out even when you're a teacher, you just get back in. We're holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Right knee comes forward, and down. Let that go, shake it out, whatever you need here. We're gonna take this through another sun salutation A. So I'm gonna turn to face the front of my mat. We're going to inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands down through heart center and all the way to the mat. We're going to inhale, hands to shins, flat back here. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Left foot back, right foot back. We're in plank. If you want to try the full flow, you can here. Otherwise, knees come down to the mat. So with me, we're going to bend our elbows to 90 degrees. Chest no lower than that. Inhale, untuck your toes. Bring your chest up, gaze up. This is upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet to your hands. We're going to take our feet hip width apart. So usually it's 2 fist width. So you can take your fists down and then have your feet that far apart from one another. From here, you can either grab your elbows again, you can just hang, or you can take your peace fingers, wrap them under your toes, your big toes. And from here, you want to make sure that you don't put your thumbs onto the mat, just in case you roll forward, you're going to hurt your thumbs. You want to keep them on the nails of your big toe. From here, inhale, go up, and exhale, pull onto your big toes and bring yourself into a forward fold. So elbows are going out to the sides, and your abdomen and chest are coming down to your thighs. Again, if you need to bend your knees here to get your chest down, that's great. That's what you do until you practice enough to be able to straighten your legs and bring yourself down without curving your back. For 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to let go of our big toes. We're going to bring our big toes together. Our heels are slightly apart here. And again, inhale, bum back, arms up. We're in chair pose, Utkatasana. So again, you're looking at your toes. You can see all 10 of them. Bring your tailbone under, arms up, ribs in. We're going to come all the way onto our bums, so we're going to lower for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and we're sitting. So from here, extend your legs out straight. We're going to take our arms up, and we're going to forward fold. So like every other forward fold, if you need to bend your knees, you bend your knees to bring your chest onto your thighs. Your gaze is towards your big toes, but you don't need to be able to reach for your big toes right now. You can reach for your calves, your ankles, or your feet. And just forward fold here. Gaze is towards the big toes. Spine is straight. You don't want to curve your back in order to get your knees straight. You want to maintain your back first, and then you can work on straightening your knees. So we'll hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way back up. We're going to take our right foot on the outside of our left leg. So you can either leave your left leg straight, or you can bend at the knee and bring the heel closer to your right hip, whichever is more comfortable for you. And from here, our right hand is going to be behind us. Inhale, our left hand up. And then left elbow comes to the outside of our right knee, and we twist. So our left hand is like a stop sign here. On every inhale, we lengthen the spine, and on every exhale, we twist, trying to look over our right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. One more time, inhale and lengthen, and exhale and twist. Come back to center. You can take a counter pose. So I'm going to do it on this side, but you're going to come over to your left and put your hands down on the mat and counter pose. So it looks like this. but I'm facing away from you. And then come back up. We're going to switch legs. Right leg extends out. Left foot comes to the outside of the right leg. If you would like, bend at the right knee and bring your right heel to your left hip. Otherwise, you're with me with your right leg straight out. Our left hand is behind us. Our right hand comes up. Right knee to the outside of your left. Our right elbow is to the outside of our left knee. And again, we're going to inhale and lengthen. Exhale, twist, looking over our left shoulder. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. And then from here, coming over to the other side, hands plant down to the floor, bending at the elbows, counter pose, and bring yourself all the way up. From here, we're going to extend our legs out straight in front of us. Going to bring our fingertips forward. We're going to curve our spine like we're reaching towards our big toes, like somebody is just about to punch us in our stomachs. And from here, slowly, 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 roll yourself all the way down to the mat. If you would like a deep stretch, arms come overhead, ankles come together. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, let that all go. From here, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Bring your shoulders and head back down to the mat. The soles of our feet come up towards the ceiling, and you can grab from the inside or the outside of your feet. We're coming into happy baby here. Stretching out our inner thighs, our groin. You can stay here. You can rock side to side, massaging out your lower back again. Whatever feels good for you. Taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And again, inhale. And exhale. One last time. Bring your knees into the chest. Shoulders come off the mat. Knees come to your nose. Nose comes to your knees. Give yourself a big, big hug here. And when you're ready, coming into our final pose, Shavasana, taking up as much space as you need again. And letting that all go. Letting go of any control of your muscles here. Let your body sink down into the mat. Letting go of any control of your breathing. Your body will take care of that naturally. Let your body absorb all the benefits from that practice. invite you to stay here as long as you need today. If you are ready to come back up, bring some life back into your fingertips and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, nodding your head, side to side. You're going to take your favorite arm up, coming onto that side into a fetal position, using that arm as a pillow for your head. Taking a moment here to pause. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, use your opposite hand to bring yourself back up into a seated position. Eyes remain closed. Hands come to heart center. We're going to take one deep breath in and one deep breath out together. So exhale everything from your lungs. And inhale together. And exhale, let that go. Bringing your thumbs to your forehead. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the class. Thank yourselves for giving yourself this time to rest and relax and to learn something new. From my light to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for sticking around, guys. I hope you enjoyed that class. If you have any questions, you can always send a message to Yoga Tree Studios and we'll be able to get back to you. If you have any questions about poses or how to get into them, just let us know. We'll help you out. And hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in an actual class soon in the studio. That would be wonderful. I hope you guys have a really nice Wednesday. Bye.